Welcome to the Chamber Neighbors Podcast, a show highlighting Chapin's community and commerce. Now here's your hosts, Greater Chapin Chamber of Commerce President and CEO Paul Sadler, and Chapin Neighbors Magazine's Daniel Rendelman.
This is Daniel with the Chapin Neighbors Magazine.
And I'm Paul Sadler with the Greater Chapin Chamber of Commerce.
Are you sure?
I think so.
He is Paul. I am Daniel. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 1.
Season 2. Man, you know you've made it when you have a second season. We were renewed.
We were renewed. And
We
there
were
were a lot
renewed.
of good shows that were not renewed.
That is right, but we have been renewed now
we
on
are
Season
back.
2.
And Paul...
Man, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Now, you may not be listening to this, and it might not be the beginning of the new year, but hey, we're recording it in the new year.
We are, and it's still a new year.
It is still a new year.
So, and Paul, who are we talking to today?
Man, Daniel, from Season 1, my tagline was...
Please bring it.
We've got a treat.
We've got a treat.
Do you know what my tagline is for Season 2?
I don't.
We still have a treat.
We still have a treat.
We've got
It's
a treat.
back.
So we have got Dawn Freshner here. She is the president of the Navy JROTC unit booster club.
Yes, sir.
At Chapin High School.
That
man,
is great.
Isn't that awesome? Welcome, Dawn. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you
we're
for having me,
glad to
guys.
have you here, live and in person.
Yes.
This is awesome.
Now, what is the Navy JROTC, by the way?
That's a lot of work. That's a lot of
That is many
letters.
Yes.
What is
So
it?
it is a program that's offered at Chapin High School. The students there can take it just like a regular class, where it exposes them to the military. It's really a leadership training class.
Mm-hmm.
They offer drill team, academic team, rifle team, but there's no obligation whatsoever to join the military. I think there's a misnomer out there that kids that go through the JROTC program are going into the military after high school. That in no way is the case. It's just exposing them to the different branches of the military. They do some field trips they went to Paris Island earlier in this school year.
Nice.
They're going to go to Washington, D.C. hopefully in the spring.
Right.
And it just exposes them to the military, gives them some training, and it's really more of a leadership training class, and it's just been a great experience for our daughter.
That's awesome. It's such a neat experience for the kids to be able to learn some of those leadership, and they learn from folks who have been in the military. You've got Chief Riley there next door, and you've got Lieutenant Colonel. Why is the name slipping? Rogers. I knew it was Rob, and I didn't want to just say Rob. Rogers, yeah. So, I mean, you've got some great instructors that are over there that have the experience in those leadership capabilities or capacities that are teaching these young kids, which is just a great... Full disclosure, Daniel, I didn't know if you knew this about me. I graduated high school from Dutch Fork High School. Don't tell anybody next door that I graduated from Dutch Fork. And I graduated with 4 years of Air Force ROTC.
Okay.
Nobody knows that. Oh, now everybody knows
Now
that.
everybody knows.
Everybody knows that. But it was good because it did teach you those leadership skills. It taught you how to work with a team. And it was just those skills where, you might not learn anywhere else unless you're playing sports or doing other things. But great opportunity.
Well, since we're being fully disclosed.
Oh, no. Daniel, did you do ROTC?
Well, kind of. So it was my junior year. They were bringing it to Newberry High School. I grew up in Newberry, and it was the very first year was junior year, and it was a learning curve to say, to begin the program. However, my dad always told me never volunteer for something unless you know what you're volunteering for.
Sure.
That's a good
good
military
life lesson.
thing to know.
Right.
I didn't remember that day, and the general was like, I need to volunteer, and that was me. And I said, sure, I'll do something. I spent the next week going through the uniforms that were to be distributed out in a closet. Literally, it was like a room of nothing but uniforms.
Oh, my goodness.
And I will never volunteer for anything unless I know what it is now.
Right.
So I learned that leadership lesson from ROTC.
Yeah.
But it was great. I did a tour.
There's opportunity.
I did a tour through Newberry ROTC.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good for
I don't think I qualify for a veteran status, but still.
No, probably
I
not.
try to get
Probably
the discount
not.
sometimes.
I remember times going to the cadet officer leadership school, like between my freshman and my sophomore year, was at the Citadel for like a week.
Oh.
And I was like, man, this was fun. Again, I know that's not really why we're here to talk about, but man, maybe this is just a story about our ROTC. How cool is this?
You know?
How cool is this?
To
hear where you are.
guys.
Yeah.
Sharon.
Yeah, right? Yeah. To non-veteran, non-military, very non.
You know.
But we appreciate those guys.
We do.
Right?
Absolutely.
And girls, we appreciate them
Absolutely.
very much. So back to Dawn. Hi. Well, man, you're still here.
We do have a guest here.
So you've got some things coming up. The ROTC is putting on something in the month of March. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. Absolutely. We are so excited. We are hosting a 5K color run / 1 mile fun run at the high school. It's going to be held on March 9th. The 1 mile fun run will start at 8 a.m. and then the 5K is going to be a certified course. So it'll be proctored by Strictly Running. So competitive runners will actually love the race route.
Strictly Running is legit. They do a great job at what they do.
Yeah. So you can get your next PR here because there's no hills. It's a very flat course. You're going to love it if you're a competitive runner.
Are you running around Chapin High School?
A little bit. So we actually...
There's a really big hill right back here on Chapin High School, Dawn.
You mean right up into the senior
Oh, yes.
So that might be where the finish line is, but it's so short. It's not a hill.
An uphill finish line is fine. There's nothing wrong with an uphill finish.
Call it a big speed bump.
A big
But yeah, we're going to start at the tennis courts.
Okay,
Go down to Rocky, which is downhill, and then we'll go off campus for a little bit. We're going to go down Boundary Oak to kind of where the cross-country kids are.
Yeah, right.
Take a left on Harvest View. This is the 5K course. Go all the way down till it dead ends at Crooked Creek Park. Turn around, come back up.
Awesome.
And then when you hit Rocky, instead of going back to the tennis courts, you're going to take a right, go down the backside of the baseball field set.
Right, yep.
And then come and end right there in the senior parking lot.
All right.
So
that's a good course. That's a good course.
But what is a fun run? Because I don't put the words fun and run.
But they rhyme and it's catchy.
They do, but like
I signed you up for this already.
Oh my!
Running is fun.
Running
is so fun.
I do. I run for my problems and I run for my bills.
Run to the refrigerator.
Run to the fridge. So running is fun. Okay, but what is this 1 mile fun run?
So we call it a fun run because we're really encouraging young families to come out with kids. It's a color run. And have you guys ever done a color run?
I have seen them.
They are so fun.
Yes.
So basically we're going to have camo colored chalk. Ooh. And you douse participants with the chalk as they run by. Not in the face, but they'll have white shirts. We're going to have white 5K shirts that when you get, or shirts for the run, both the 1 mile and the 5K. They'll get a white shirt, and so you douse them with chalk as they run by. So you kids, they love that. And
can adults do this?
Absolutely. Yeah. Parents come out. The whole family can run it together. You can walk it. You can walk the whole 5K. A 5K, you can walk in about 45 minutes.
I wonder if I could get like a paintball gun, but put chalk in it.
Yeah, and just,
that would be fun.
Yeah.
Light them up, Daniel.
Let's do it.
Go for it.
Yeah. We can get on the roof at the chamber because I'm sure they might be passing close
be
by.
Like a sniper.
Yes. This could be fun. And probably dangerous.
The 1 mile fun run, we call it a fun run because that is not proctored by Strictly Running.
Right.
So you don't have the bib with the little chip on it that monitors your time.
It's just fun.
It's fun.
It's just fun.
It's
so
just fun. Now, but for the 5K run, are they still going to get that chalk and that color camo, like all that exciting stuff too?
Absolutely.
So it's a 5K run / fun run / camo color.
It's a little bit of everything. Man. We just want to make it a really fun community event.
Right.
It's like spring is coming, warm weather's coming back. I mean, Chapin does so much. You've got Labor Day, right? Then you've got all the Halloween festivities.
Right.
Then you've got
all the Christmas things that we do. Right.
And then we kind of go dark for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's winter, trees are bare, there's not a lot going on. March 9th, it's like perfect timing.
Kick
Sun's
off.
coming out. Let's bring the whole community back together. Do something fun. Anyone can do it. Like it's 1 mile, even the 3 mile.
Anyone?
Most people.
Maybe.
I know.
Daniel?
I got daggers when I said that at our booster club. I'm like, anyone can run a 5K. You're like, really? I was like, okay, maybe not anyone.
Well, and this color, I mean, it does, bring some variety. It's kind of like the next step for adult coloring books. You become
you become a coloring book.
You become a coloring book, and you get to keep the shirt. And then, but why? Can I ask the why? Why the run is? I'm assuming, are you raising money for something?
Absolutely.
What's that for?
Yeah. So all of the proceeds that we make from the run will go toward the booster club. And that money goes straight to the program at the high school. Specifically, we're raising money to send the cadets to Washington, D.C. in April.
Okay.
So it's very expensive
to
go to Washington, D.C.
Yes, it is.
And we have a lot of kids that, they wouldn't be able to go if we
Right.
couldn't help fund
Sure.
this field trip for them. So that's really our main goal of the run, is to be able to partially fund, and give a good amount of money to this field trip for them to be able to go to Washington, D.C. Because it's not just the experience of going to Washington, D.C. It's the, sorry, I'm getting too far away from the microphone. I'm getting so comfortable here. It's bringing them together as a unit to bond.
Absolutely.
When they spend that much time together, going somewhere overnight, they've got to work together as a team. They're going to be organized in smaller groups and have leaders within those groups. It's such a great opportunity for them to bond and get really connected.
And to learn from each other.
Absolutely. So it's such a good experience for them. That's why we're so passionate about raising money so they can go this year.
Awesome. Well, man,
March 9th?
March 9th? What are you doing March 9th, Daniel?
I think I'm doing a fun 5K color run.
Oh, I'm doing the 1 mile.
The 1 mile.
Paul's doing the 5K.
Yes.
We should do it.
We should. I think we should sign up.
Okay,
and the cost is very low compared to other races from things
Yeah,
I've seen. So.
I've got the flyer in front of me. It says the early bird registration, which includes a T-shirt, it's only $30.
$30.
How long does this is the key question? How long is early bird registration?
Until 2 weeks prior to the event.
Oh,
yeah, so
that's awesome.
Yeah, we want to get as many folks there as possible.
Absolutely.
So, and the only reason we've got to have that cutoff is because it does become a lot more challenging with getting all the materials together when we have those late registrations.
Oh, yeah,
because
absolutely.
we've got to get swag bags, we got to get promo materials. So the
And
more...
worms.
Huh?
Worms?
Worms.
For the early birds?
Oh, and the worms.
Because they get the worms. Daniel, that was so
I
good.
didn't know there were going to be dad jokes, too.
Oh, there's always a dad joke. So where do Daniel and I go and sign up for this at?
Okay.
Like where do we go? How do we give you money?
So, you can give me money anytime. But if you want to register for the race, you're going to go on the Strictly Running website.
Okay, strictlyrunning.com?
Yeah, strictlyrunning.com.
And you can find the race there on their calendar.
Absolutely. At the top menu bar, it says registration, and you click on that, and it'll pull up all the races. You kind of got to scroll down because they're chronological.
Right.
So go down to March 9th, and it'll be Navy JROTC color run.
So you can sign up there now. If there's a local business that's in town or the greater Chapin area, can they sponsor? Do you have sponsorship opportunities for this as well?
Absolutely. We need sponsors.
You need sponsors.
We really do. It does cost a lot of money to put on a 5K.
Yes, it does.
And the more sponsors we get, the better we can make. The better the experience of this will be. So
I know you probably can't do that at Strictly Running. So where do they go to look for those sponsorship opportunities?
That would be through me.
Through you.
Yeah, they
need to reach out to you.
Absolutely. And my email address is Dawn, DAWN, .Freshner, F as in Frank, ROESCHNER @yahoo.com. So if you just want to reach out to me via email, I'll get all the sponsorship material information to you, and then you can let me know what level of sponsorship you're interested in.
Great.
We'll get your your business logo and all the information we need.
So if a
we
business
can
wants to sponsor, can we get on the T-shirt?
Of course.
All right, man. Love a T-shirt.
Banner.
And I'll drop the contact information in the details here in the description of the podcast, which will be great. So this is March 9th coming up this year. The
inaugural.
Event. This is a really neat event for Chapin.
I love it.
Helping the Navy JROTC. However, it's all the different branches. It's just going through the Navy. I did find that out there with the JROTC program. And the one in Chapin is an award-winning program.
Yes, sir.
This is an award-winning program that has gone far, and we want to help those students get to Washington and learn more about the country and leadership.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else, Dawn, that you want to let our listeners know?
I do. I just really want to encourage parents to look into the program for their kid, because I was talking to some people this morning, and I was explaining I could have never seen my daughter going down this route, but it really has changed her life, really, her high school life, in that it's a way for her to connect. She's found a group of people, that she's connected with. And, she's a junior now. We just met with her college counselor, and her college counselor could not have been more supportive of the fact that she's doing the ROTC program, because like I said, military might not be the route for her, But she's like, this is going to set her apart.
Yeah.
This is going to
Good.
make her a lot more competitive in her college application, because the college application process is no joke. It's not like when we were kids. I mean, it is very competitive. And you want to have as much on your college application as you can to differentiate yourself.
And this Navy
from other
ROTC
students.
program will certainly help
yeah,
that.
Get her there.
absolutely.
That's right.
Great.
Well, Dawn, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
We
you,
appreciate
Paul.
you.
Thank
It's been a great time to share. To learn March 9th, the 1 mile fun run, the 5K event for the Navy JROTC at the Chapin High School.
Absolutely. Thank you, gentlemen.
This has been the Chapin Neighbors Podcast, where we highlight all that makes our community special. We hope you enjoyed our time together. Please like, subscribe, and share the Chapin Chamber Neighbors Podcast.